What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we got another video on the black car. So we've done a couple things to it. This video is like kind of out of order, but I'm gonna put it in order to where it makes sense. So basically I've done, right now when I'm recording this, I've done everything that I'm gonna be showing you in this video, because like I've tested around with a few things and I've had to like switch out a few things, had to get a few things fixed and whatnot. So basically in this video, I got a sub and everything, installed it, and you'll see like what happens with that, and then I'll go over everything. I also ended up getting this car tinted, which I'm going to show you in this video as well. I'm gonna kind of save that for the end, or for whenever I end up throwing that in to really show you guys. You'll see when it comes in the video, just because I want to like make sure it just looks perfect before I show you exactly what it looks like, just so you can get the best view of it, because a couple things that's got to be fixed. It's not a big deal. Yeah, so I'm gonna actually play a couple clips that I recorded previously now, and then you'll see me back in this time when I'm about to show you this here soon. So I'll be right back. Today we're installing a sound system, so I guess a subsystem into the black car. So right here you can see a dual 8 system of BLG speakers. This seemed like a really old like setup that I got from my homie, but it works. We tested it and everything. He also gave me an amp, a full wiring system and everything, or full wiring kit and everything for this system for $20. So I couldn't really pass it up. Playing with RCA's, ground, power, like I said, amp and sub, 20 bucks, and they work. So as you can see, radio's out dangling right there. All this stuff is pulled up. So I've already actually, as you can see, ran everything. Trunk's back in. Everything's ran through this tunnel down the back of the back of the deck wall right here, into the middle console. So everything's ran already. So basically I just have to make some ground and power cables and hook them into the amp over here on this side, and it should just turn on. And it should work because everything's wired into the radio already and stuff. So yeah, it wasn't really that hard to install. It took me and my homie about 20-30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes, to really get all this, because we actually took it out of his car, so it took a while. But yeah, so I'm gonna get a few of these wires cut up and throw them on the amp. There you go. So it's all wired up. Everything's put together back in the car, as you can see. So we are going, I'm gonna throw everything back in the trunk how it was, just like all my shit. Okay, so she's in there. We'll fire her up and I'll connect. Well, I'll see if Jack or somebody will come connect so I can actually play some music and show you. So since yesterday, I had these dual 8s that you can see down here installed in the Miata, and it just wasn't doing it for me. I just wasn't feeling the amount of bump that it had. So today Joey and I tried to throw a different amp in it. This amp happened to be a dual amp. The amp that I was using before, this just looks like a really old Kicker branded amp. So that's an old amp. It just wasn't powering the subs enough, and we put the JL amp on it, and those subs just like still just sounded blown, just didn't sound good. So I kind of like, I was gonna run them just for a little bit till I realized that Joey, my homie, I don't think I've showed you him yet, but he had another 10. That's where I got the 8s from. And so he let me get the 8. I reset up everything. So as you can see, there's stuff in my trunk, and as you can see, there's a new big ass box in there. Yes, this takes up a lot of the space in the trunk, and yes, the trunk still closes. I made sure, but I took the spare tire out. The wires are run down this channel of the car right here, and you might actually be able to see if we lift up the carpet. The amp is down there, with the wires run to it underneath that stuff. And then I got some wood and stuff and stacked it across to make it level enough for this thing to sit in here firm. It's literally not going anywhere. Cut this piece down to make this fit, this like cardboard looking piece that goes over your battery and stuff. If you have a Miata, you know what I mean. But I upgraded to a dual 600 watt amp, and then upgraded to this 10 right here. Not sure too much about it. All I know is it does work and it doesn't sound too bad. So we're gonna run this for a while until we decide to upgrade the whole system and everything. But yeah, so I'm a lot happier with this because you can actually hear the bass a lot better now. So I'm a lot happier with this setup than I am the old setup, even though it does take up a lot more space. Go ahead, just it shuts perfectly, just fine. And she's all set up in there, which is cool. Okay, so I'm back here, back in the present, I guess not really present, but more present day. So I think I ended up showing you guys that I ended up getting a 10 because the BLG speaker that I have right there still sitting is kind of blown, kind of absolutely useless. It was kind of junk. So I ended up getting this sub from my buddy for free, the one that I got the BLG speaker from, and it thumps a lot harder. I also ended up switching over the amp and made sure everything works up until this point. So I'm gonna go in there today and really make the wiring like permanent and make the amp and everything like sit where I want it to sit for sure. All the wires sit where I want it to sit. Make sure nothing's gonna get messed up or nothing, because I've tested the amp and everything. It doesn't really get hot when I have it in that location. So I'll go over and show you like where it's all gonna be sitting and how it's sitting to make this box fit, because this box is a tight fit. So yeah, we'll be right back. Okay, so this is kind of how I have it set up. Currently I do not have a spare tire in my car, which I know is not a good idea, whatever. Eventually I'm gonna get it put back in here when I can get something that I'll show you in a minute. I'll tell you about that in a second. But this is how it's in here. I currently just have a piece of wood here temporarily, just to space it out and keep it from moving, and so this will still latch and everything. It still closes. It's like really close, but it still closes fine. And the sub really ain't gonna go anywhere. It's like resting up on some wood and up on top of the jack. It doesn't really move. It's kind of heavy. I'm gonna pull this sub out. I actually don't know exactly what brand it is. I think it's like an Alpine. Kind of don't remember. But it's still quick disconnects on the back right down there. I want to clean up all the wiring because my homie just threw those in there and it looks like shit. So yeah, we're gonna clean it up. And then yeah, so this is how I got it running. I'm moving everything around right now, so that's why it's kind of all over the place. But I got a piece of wood that sitting right there, that the sub sits on down here, and it also uses that wood to sit on. And these wires I'm gonna zip tie together so they run together, and then these I'm gonna make sure they all have perfect connection. This isn't really going anywhere. I mean, it will if you move it like that, but it's fine. Yeah. Okay, so I zip tied these, ran these where I wanted to, so they're not too close to the RCAs. Keep this up here so I can mess with the fuse easy. If it needs to go more, I'll move it more. But if not, I think it should be fine there. So yeah, we're gonna throw the whole trunk back together. Show you how it looks. All right, trunk's back together. These two wires are shown for the sub. I'm gonna strip these, cut these and restrip these so I have cleaner wires to work with. Got the carpet all put back in. As you can see, it's pretty supported all the way across, with the exception of a couple spots. But it's okay. It doesn't have to be the best. Where I put the stuff is where I know it'll be fine. So, and I left this spot up here, of course, as I was talking about, just to easy access. There's a fucking light for you. Just to easy access my, whatever the fuck, fuse, there we go. Fuse if I have to. yeah, so let's cut these, strip these, throw the sub back in, and we should be good to go. I have everything I need back in there, but we got everything else in there. So you can see, should close perfectly. Doesn't pop open, nothing. And she's in there. Okay, so as you guys saw, the whole trunk setup is all good. We got the sub in, the amp in, everything's in. Got Jack here help me out, so I'm gonna have him hook up to the Bluetooth, play a little bit of music, not much because you know YouTube doesn't like that. And we are going to, basically just end it there. Just show you kind of how it bumps. It's not crazy, like I said, I'm not trying to rattle this thing apart. It just adds a little bit of bass, which is definitely needed. So yeah, let's go ahead and show you. It rattles this stuff.
Fuck a bitch, boy, fuck a nigga, too shit. I give a fuck about who the fuck she playing with. They all scheming for a reason to be seen here. I told the bitch, oh no thank you, I don't need you, dear.
It rattles the trunk.
So long, shit. I light a blunt, then forget about a hate. Fuck a hate. Why you mad, boy? You
Bitch, boy, fuck a nigga, too shit.
How you lose all of the love on your home click? Three-face, fuck niggas always switching shit. I'ma switch it. I ain't a friend, I'm the end, nigga, deal with it. I'm in tip-top shape, I wouldn't play with it. I smoke 100 new.
Well, there you go. Like I said, it was gonna be short. I don't want to play too much music because, again, YouTube doesn't like that. Other than that, don't really have much more to show you for this video. I'm gonna try to get some videos on the red car coming out here soon. This is a little bit later, but upload them. Apologize for that. Some stuff is in the works with the daily. Got some shit going on. Some new stuff coming in for it. Got some plans for it. So we're just gonna start doing a whole bunch of shit to both these cars and see how it goes. So yeah, hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, please leave a like down below. Let me know by hitting that subscribe button. Comment what you want to see next or what you liked or anything like that. Peace out.